We're live? I think we're live. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to my channel for my live review of Chelsea 4, Slavia Prague 3. And bloody hell, did we make that difficult for ourselves. I mean, the first half was great, really, except that we conceded that one silly goal. But other than that, it was very good. You know, we attacked them well. They had, left so many spaces in behind. It was quite ridiculous. Like, they just didn't play well at all. But then in the second half, as usual, we conceded 2 goals in quick succession, pretty close after half-time. And we just bottle it. Like our midfield was non-existent after that. It was just gone. Like, it wasn't great in the first half, to begin with. But in the second half, it was just dead. It was dead. It just wasn't even there. We were absolutely shocking. But at least we didn't concede another. I mean, fair play to Prague, especially their third goal was an unbelievable goal. The first one as well, to be fair, although it was again poor defending. And so was the second, and also the third we could have done a lot better with. But it was still an unbelievable strike, to be fair to, what is the guy's name? Let me just check the guy's name. Pedro, unbelievable. What a strike that was. Their second goal, I mean, Kepa should have done better, but, let's talk it through a little bit more. Of course, it still puts us through to the semi-final of the Europa League, which at the end of the day is all that matters. But that second half, obviously, if it ended 4-1 like it was at half-time, or, if we could manage to, enlarge on that even more to, a 5-1 or a 6-1, it would have been great. But now it's a bit dampened the mood a little bit, because the second half really wasn't great, at all. But, we're in the semi-final against Eintracht Frankfurt. Fair play to them. They are kind of... So, if you understand how ultras work in a sense, so my local team is Wacker Innsbruck, and there's kind of a fan friendship between them and Eintracht Frankfurt. So I do watch Eintracht Frankfurt quite a lot. Great team. And very much looking forward to playing against them. Very difficult opponent to play against. But, let's, talk about that towards the end of the stream. And let's talk about Chelsea for now. And, running through the lineup, to be honest, we made less, did less rotation than I expected us to make. Kepa was in goal, of course. Rudiger missed the game with injury. So the back four was Emerson Palmieri, David Luiz and Andreas Christensen. And obviously, Azpilicueta stayed in there. Right back, Noza Bacosta. And midfield 3 of this time Kovacic, just the regista, as Jorginho did finally get a rest. Kante did stay in the side, and Ross Barkley came into it. And Eden Hazard actually started on the left. That one I really didn't expect. Olivier Giroud, of course, was up front, and Pedro started on the right. And the game started perfectly well. I mean, we took the lead after... I've got the thingy here. Took the lead after 5 minutes through Pedro. I mean, it was a beautiful goal. Pedro first with the 1-2 with Azpilicueta, right by the corner flag, basically. Then with another 1-2 with Olivier Giroud. And then with a cheeky little chip over the goalkeeper that the goalkeeper kind of got a touch on, but still managed to get over the line. And we were 1-0 up. Great goal. Perfect. Only 4 minutes later, 9th minute, we made it 2-0 through an own goal. That really should have been Pedro's, second goal. That guy really should have been on a hat-trick today. Again, great build-up play. Giroud doing really well, holding the ball up. Hazard, running around him, basically. Giroud gave him the ball. Hazard played it into the middle to Pedro, who was by himself, literally by the post, inside the 6-yard box. And he managed to hit it against the post. And from the post, it, basically just bounced against the defender's face, and from there it just went into the goal. Ridiculous goal. And then in the 17th minute, Olivier Giroud made it 3-0 through, David Luiz won a defensive header. Basically Kante had the ball, played a great through ball to Pedro around the outside, and who just squared it to Giroud, and we were 3-0 up within 17 minutes. That was it. But no, it wasn't, because, Slavia Prague got one back through Tomas Souček. First Kepa made a great save from the following corner. They scored. Terrible defending. Terrible. The guy was by himself. I mean, it was a great header in the end, but he was by himself. I don't know what we were doing, but literally a minute later, right from the kickoff, that we had after they scored, we made it 4-1. I mean, it was quite silly. But again, a really good goal. This time through Pedro. I mean, it was a bit lucky in the end how he managed to squeeze it over the line, but, we managed to, and that was then really it for the first half. And then the second half, as I said, 51st minute, 4-2, it's all right, Kepa should have done better, they should have closed it down better, and whatever. But then 54th minute, only 2 minutes later, again, like at Liverpool, like at Everton, keeps happening, and needs to stop happening. I mean, I'm not gonna like Eunice say it's because Sarri smoked at halftime, especially because I don't think that's confirmed that he's doing that at Chelsea. He used to do that at Napoli. Not sure whether he actually does that at Chelsea. If he does, maybe, but I don't think that is confirmed. Anyway, something needs to change there anyway. We can't keep doing that. It's ridiculous. But what were Pedro and Kovacic doing in that build-up? Kovacic won the ball back. was driving the ball forward, then ran basically right at Pedro. Pedro was like clearly, suggesting you keep going with the ball. Kovacic runs away from the ball. Pedro isn't doing anything with it. So then we lose the ball. Then Slavia have a few passes, string a few passes together. And out of nowhere, like I said already, Pedro just blasts one in. Like, unbelievable strike. I mean, yes, we stood way too far off him, similar to their second goal. Stood way too far off them. Didn't do anything. And then it was a great strike, and I don't think you can blame Kepa for that one. But what are Kovacic and Pedro doing? Like, do you have a brain? Like, how can you be doing that? Like, you can blame Sarri all you want, but the complete capitulation and just basically our brain stopped working once we conceded the goal. And that's why we conceded another one 2 minutes later. Like, okay, you can say, Salah's on the weekend was an unbelievable screamer, their second goal. And you could say Slavia's third goal today was an unbelievable screamer. Yes, you can say that. But close them people down. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and don't make mistakes in the build-up. It's ridiculous. And then for the rest of it, I mean, we could have, I guess, well, we could have made it 5 in the first half, I think, even, or maybe just at the start of the second half. But still, like, we could have done a lot better. At least they didn't have any more huge chances, so we kind of saw it out. And we still had a 2-league gap. Obviously, we won the first leg 1-0. We're 4-3 up, so they would have needed another 2 goals to actually go through. But, still, it was nervy. And, we made a few substitutions. Willian came on for Hazard, which I was happy with because in the end it worked out. But if we somehow throw that away, taking Hazard off in that moment when we just conceded 2 goals to make it a little bit more like nervy and all, to take Hazard off and bring Willian on and leave Pedro on the pitch, bit of a risky move, but it paid off in the end, I guess. Jorginho then came on for Barkley, which we bloody needed. Like, when Jorginho was on, we at least had some control of the game. Like, as soon as he was on, it was like, all right, lads, stop with this bollocks now. Push up the pitch, press them, do something, because what you've been doing for the last 20 minutes is absolute bollocks. And thank God Jorginho came on, because, that was a disgrace. But Barkley wasn't the main problem today. Kovacic, what? Like, he can be a regista, if given enough time to work on a position, which he's not going to have because, we're going to have a transfer ban, and thankfully we're not going to sign him because it's going to be way too expensive for the actual ability that he does possess in what we need. But bloody hell was he bad. I mean, as was Barkley, but bloody hell. Phew. I mean, Jesus, like, come on. He's born in Austria. Like, come on, show some pride. Don't make me feel like that. Don't make me look like that. What are you doing, Kovacic? That was disgraceful. But then in the end, Callum Hudson-Odoi came on for Pedro, a bit late. And you were like, oh, well, Pedro has looked quite bad for the last few minutes. Then Hudson-Odoi actually managed to look even worse. Lost the ball right outside our own box, which, could have gone really badly. Thankfully didn't. He was under no pressure at all. Just tried to pass it to Jorginho and just went, forced Jorginho to go on this mad sprint, which he just about managed to get out of, without losing the ball with a cheeky, nutmeg. Otherwise, they're 3 versus 2, running on our goal. Like, Jesus, Callum, calm down. Like, bloody hell. I mean, that was bloody risky, that was. Anyway, we are through. Like I said, Eintracht Frankfurt are through as well. But actually, a bit more about the game. Slavia in the first half, like I said earlier already, was shocking. Absolutely shocking. I mean, they tried to press us. They tried to somehow keep a bit of a high line, which fair play. They also did that to an extent in the first leg. Their press just wasn't anywhere near as good. We played it a little bit better at times, but mainly, like, their defenders just weren't aware. Like, especially for our third goal. Like, that run Pedro made, until their defender actually realised Pedro was making the run in behind him, Pedro was already 5 yards gone. Like, it was ridiculous how long it took them. Like, they were shocking. And in the second half, they just weren't that shocking. And, for Eintracht Frankfurt, for a possible final against Arsenal or Valencia, because those, two are the teams in the other semi-final, if we start with Kovacic and Barkley, or, well, I might say it, just one of them, we might as well forfeit the game before actually turning up, because we're not going to do anything with them two. Bloody hell. Like, I mean, I don't know unless they're going to have a miraculous improvement over the next 2 weeks or until the final. No, like, it's a big no. But yeah, Prague were bad. We were bad in the second half. But, at the end of the day, all that matters is that we're through. But today was one of them games. If we won comfortably, everyone would have said, who cares? If we won it, scrapey or just got a draw, everyone was already slating Sarri or the players, or just saying how bad we are and how we're never going to beat Frankfurt, or we're never going to beat Arsenal in the final or Valencia in the final, whatever. Everyone's saying that already now. And if we lost, obviously, it would have been even worse. So it was kind of a lose-lose situation for everyone involved today except Prague. But yeah, at the end of the day, we managed to get through, which is obviously the most important thing. And yeah, obviously now it's on to Burnley on Monday. and it's on to the semi-final. The first leg, obviously, is on the 2nd of May in Frankfurt. I'm going to try to get there. I'm going to try to get a ticket. Obviously, it's not far. It's like 4.5, 5-hour drive. So definitely going if I get a ticket. Yeah. So, I'm looking forward to that. Second leg is on the 9th of May at Stamford Bridge, which, would obviously be huge. We need to beat them. Frankfurt are an unbelievable team. Please do not think just because you heard more, you know more about Benfica, because I've seen a lot of people talk like that. Benfica are obviously the more difficult team because everyone knows Benfica. Not that many people know Eintracht Frankfurt. They were like relegation, they fought relegation in the Bundesliga not long ago. They were in the second Bundesliga not long ago, for fuck's sake. They're an unbelievable team now. The Austrian manager, Adi Hütter, a lot of their players, Jovic, Rebic, Kostic, Aller, so many of the players, unbelievable. Like, bloody hell, unbelievable. A bit like Ajax, I guess. Not fully, but I'm just saying a little bit. But, like, they're ridiculous. Trust me, it's going to be bloody difficult. They're press. Jesus. I mean, I want to watch us deal with that, and that's what I'm saying. If we turn up with Kovacic and Barkley, we might as well, stay at home and forfeit the game. It's just not going to work out, that is. But, yeah, I think it's going to be a way more difficult game than it would have been against Benfica, especially, you just have to look at their game against Benfica. Frankfurt were down to 10 men after 10 minutes in the first leg. They lost the first leg 4-2, fair play, but they won 2-0 today and then went through, obviously 4-4 in aggregate. To be fair, their first goal, Kostic, before he scored, it was about a yard offside. So, they got very, very lucky, very lucky. We also had a moment late on when David Luiz handled the ball just outside the box when he tried to kind of head back an over-the-top ball by Prague to Kepa, and he clearly missed it with his head. And then it just bounced on his head. I don't think it was deliberate. He moved it, but I think he moved it for balance. I don't think, because he was looking at the ball constantly and just moved his head forward for a header as well and just missed it. And then it hit his hand. Some people are saying it should have been a red card. I disagree. Christensen was right next to him and the Slavia Prague attacker was behind them. And then also Kepa would have been there before the Prague attacker as well. So it's just not a red card by any stretch of the imagination, in my opinion. But yeah, what else is there to say? I'm going to get the chat up now so I actually see what you lot are saying, because as for now, I haven't looked at any of your bloody hell. Why is this dictionary on my phone open now? I'm going to look at your chat, and two mates of mine are in chat again, as they are. They've got nothing else to do. Bloody hell. And you saying, don't be depressed. You've got a great name for, first of all, not sure if that's your real name, but if it is, fair play. Probably, Usain Blake, it's probably just for the sprinters, isn't it? But maybe not. Don't be depressed. We're through to the semi-final. We can't do anything else. It's fine. Don't care. Don't care how it went. We're in the semi-final. We're going to beat Frankfurt somehow. Don't know how, but somehow. That's how the song goes. How we get there, I don't know. How we get there, I don't care. All I know, the Chelsea's on the way. That's all that matters. And, yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be bloody tough. But, I'm going to mention a few, talk about a few things that you guys say in the chat. Let's have a little bit of a discussion. And Tagament, you probably meant take me with you to Frankfurt. All right, mate, come along, innit? Come along, mate. Why not? But yeah, and thank you, Anna, with an H in the end. Thank you. But yeah, hey, can we beat Frankfurt by Subham Roy? Bit weird name, sorry. Yes, of course we can. Of course we can. My mates do need to stop in that chat. It's pissed me off. And no soccer news. I don't speak Spanish. Sorry, mate. But getting back to your question, Subham Roy, yeah, can we beat Frankfurt? Of course we can. We have a better squad than they do. Will we beat them is a different question, because they will pose a big, big threat. They have very, very clinical front 3 or 4, if you will. Very, very clinical. They do know how to score bloody goals. You don't need to bloody stop. Stop distracting me. Yes, I agree, Raheem. This is so much better than 100% Chelsea. I agree. Don't tell them that, otherwise I don't know, what are they gonna do? Bloody hell, can you let me finish my answer to this question? Yes, we can beat Eintracht Frankfurt. Of course, they're a difficult team. They're a great team, and it's going to be very hard to beat them. But I am confident that we can win them. Of course, it is also an advantage to play the second leg at home. Ideally, get an away goal in the first leg. That will be, that would obviously be good. Whether it's a 1-1 draw, 2-2 draw, obviously we get a win. That would be obviously the perfect situation, and then we take that into the second leg. I think we certainly can, win that. And I just saw a question there, Zayed. Not going to try to pronounce your surname. Do you think Fabregas selling Fabregas was a mistake? Yes, huge mistake, especially without replacing him. Huge mistake. Of course, at the time we didn't know about the transfer ban, but especially with that, if that still stands in the summer, I mean, bloody hell, like who's going to play there? Kovacic is gone. I was like, Kovacic not playing there is probably blessing in disguise. But, don't come out with Mason Mount. Mason Mount is not a regista. No, that will take away one of his biggest attributes, which is goal scoring, which is a bit like Frank Lampard. So absolutely not. Yes. Are you I forgot to pronounce your name again. The American dude. The Iranian American dude. I'm so sorry, mate, that I forgot to pronounce your name. I don't want to butcher it. That's why I'm not saying it. Yes, I'm going to give the halftime talk, and you're going to come as well with your Irani shirt. Not sure if that's going to help. And about Jovic. Remember when Jovic scored 5 goals and that volley was sick against, I think it was against Düsseldorf. Can't remember who it was against, but Jovic is an unbelievable player. And I'm a bit terrified of him. And one thing, all right, White Friday, calm down. I do agree that Kovacic was horrible, but we don't say those things. We do not. That's the one. What do you mean? Why? What is the shy from? Where's the shy at? The shh. Anyway, shy, why on? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, Jovic is a great player. And one thing I do want to mention, actually, for a long part of this season, we criticised Marcos Alonso, and rightly so did we criticise him. But Emerson isn't that good either. He's better in possession, a lot better. He doesn't lose the ball that much. But defensively, it's just a no. Do you know what I mean? Like, he just is so safe. He never closes them down. I don't know why if he's scared of getting beat, but he just stands off the guy, it just stands off, attackers way too much, and it's quite ridiculous. Something I've learned right now is I'm not good at reading chat while talking to a camera with a good flow. Not my thing. And yeah, no, mate, I'm not going to try to pronounce that name. How about no? And mate, you keep saying why on. I can call you why on. Why on? That's not your name, but I can call you that if you want. Yes, Kovacic was absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. By pretty much every, yes, someone said to me on Twitter, "Oh, mate, some important tackles." Yes, he bloody did. He did make some good tackles here and there, but generally he was shocking. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, let's do like 2 more questions or whatever. It's autocorrect. Bloody hell. Let's do 2 more questions, and then we'll obviously wrap this up. I'm excited. Really hope I can get tickets to the away game in Frankfurt. I'm absolutely buzzing for that. The atmosphere is ridiculous. And I'm just happy. Buffering? What do you mean buffering? Is it your internet or is it my internet? Nah, Anna. Hate cake. Team needs an overhaul. An overhaul, I assume you mean? And yes, I agree. Who was the best player today, Laurenz? Who was the best player today? Giroud. Olivier Giroud, yeah. I've got to give the guy some credit. He did well. Held the ball up very well. Not at all times, but held it up very well. Made the assist for Pedro for the first goal, was involved in the second goal, scored the third goal, and then in the fourth goal, I don't think it was involved. No, don't think it was. Might be forgetting something here. But yeah, Giroud was good, and I thought Luis was bad today, really bad. I don't think you can say that because in the box, Prague didn't have really many chances. Like, they scored from that corner, and that wasn't his man, that wasn't his area because we do zonal marking. He wasn't the guy that should have closed down either of the 2 players that scored. And other than that, I mean, who do you know? Difficult. And I don't play career mode on FIFA, mate. Chelsea versus Ajax versus Arsenal in the final. Yes, probably. Going to be difficult. I would have preferred Napoli, but fair play. At least my Mkhitaryan card is now going to get upgraded, which would obviously be good. Yes. You're saying you're wrong. Eden Hazard is by far the best in the league. Of course, Kevin De Bruyne is great, but nah. Bring back Torres. Yes, I agree. Bring back Fernando Torres. Up the Torres. Up the bloody Torres. You say Christensen and Jorginho are so weak. Well, bloody look at Kovacic, because if we don't have Jorginho, we are fucked. We are absolutely fucked. Yeah. Arsenal aren't scary. I mean, they scored 1 free kick today by Lacazette where the keeper, I'm like, what are you doing? There was clearly enough time to still try to react at least. Anyway, but yeah. Let's do 1 more serious good question, and we're going to give you a minute or so. And then, you know, I'm going to answer that last question. Then we're going to leave it there for today. Not going to count that one, but am I going to Germany? If I get a ticket, I will do. That is a good question. I'm going to mention that. What's the problem with Ross Barkley? He has one good game, then ruins everything for the next 9 games. When has Barkley had a good game? That's what I want to know. When has Christensen had a good game? I don't know. I don't know. I will miss you too, Wyon. I'm just going to call you Wyon now. I like it. Do you think Usby's finished at right back? No, just needs a bit more help. But in our system, not suited ideally. Definitely not suited ideally. And yes, Usain, Barkley is shit. But yeah, you know, that's really from me. Barkley at bloody Burnley. I mean, that was in October, was it? September? Something like that. Bloody hell. But yeah, to be honest, guys, that is it from me. And again, as usual, in a live stream, I forgot to tell you guys to subscribe. How many people are watching? I closed the window. I don't even know how many people are watching. However many of you that are watching, leave a like on this live stream. That would be massively appreciated. Do subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. If you have subscribed, tell your mates, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your girlfriend, tell your mum, tell your dad, and tell your nan, and your granddad as well. Why not? Tell them all to subscribe, because we're having a lost party. Do you know what I mean? We're having a lost party in bloody Frankfurt. You're all invited. I'm not paying, but you're all invited anyway. And we're just, don't call me Lewis. My name's not Lewis. I'm Laurenz. Loz, whatever you want to call it, just not Lewis. I love Lewis though. Great guy. But yeah, you know, that's it from me. Like I say, subscribe, drop a like, leave me your thoughts on, you know, on the game, on Frankfurt, and do you think we can beat them? You know, do you think we'll, if it's going to be Arsenal in the final, do you think we can beat them? Leave me all of your thoughts on all of that in the comment section of this video once this live stream becomes a video and you can actually leave comments. Yes, you know, tell your girl that I will steal her as long as she subscribed, that's fine. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Up the shelves. Not sure when I'm going to make the next video. So as usual, it is, I'll see you when I see you. And I'm going to press stop broadcast. And, you know, you're going to see me for a couple of more seconds that you're going to be like, what are you doing, Loz?